What's up, peeps?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
So in this episode, we have Bianca, aka BBArt, who's amazing in all things, and painted something really dope on a Legos recently. Okay.
All right now.
So in this podcast, we talk about overcoming the fear of pursuing creative work, as well as the Promise Tree, and what she's doing with the Children's Cancer Center.
Yes, and then also we kind of talk about the difficulties of finding balance, especially in the creative world. So check it out. Let's roll this intro and let's get started. Coconut.
Fire.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Roberto Guido.
And my name is Marissa Lewis.
And together we are
the Dos Cocos Locos.
And welcome to our podcast.
So our goal with this podcast is to drop as much coconut fire, which is our way of saying life/business knowledge bombs, for creatives that don't necessarily know much about life or business, through conversations with one another as well as with other fellow creatives and dope people.
Our story has a lot of twists and turns, but basically we started by selling coconuts at the beach, and now we have our own photography and videography business. And it's through these conversations that we were able to really learn how to navigate this thing called life. Enjoy.
Hey, how's it going, guys? So that's the main camera, and then that's the side camera over there. So this is dope. First of all, we have Bianca, aka it's BBArt, and as you guys can see, she's like painting a mural.
On the wall.
They thought I was coming over for an interview.
Yes.
So this is so dope. This is so dope. Okay. So yeah, I guess we'll just go ahead and get started. So Bianca, we always start every podcast with this question, and then we kind of take it from there.
Okay.
But in one sentence, it can be as long or as short as you want. What is it that you do?
I am a mixed media artist / entrepreneur that... Wait.
Yeah, you can take your time. Oh, okay. First of all, she's like doing two things.
She's also painting.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, mixed media artist, entrepreneur, mural painter / I don't know.
Boss ass person / boss ass person. Yeah.
I do a lot.
yeah, she really does. So a little bit of a background story as far as how we got to meet Bianca. She was actually speaking at an event in Tampa. I think it was called Tampa Bay Startup Week. Yeah,
Yes.
so Tampa Bay Startup Week 2019. And so we're like, oh, this person's cool. I think Marissa followed you on Instagram beforehand.
Oh yeah.
Right? So we're like, oh, we gotta check her out. And we brought our cameras, and we just took some photo and video of you just doing your thing and talking. And one thing that kind of stood out to me like during that talk was the power of just like the mind and things like that. You also have who's that person that was with you?
Debbie.
Yeah, Debbie. Okay, so do you want to like...
You also have a Debbie.
Yeah, you also have a Debbie. So
She
you wanna,
is the Debbie.
She is the Debbie. Yeah, so do you want to let the
Yes.
listeners know
So-
more?
Debbie is a hypnotherapist in Tampa, South Tampa, and I hate to like explain her first as a hypnotherapist because people freak out. They're like, "Yeah, hypnotized," but she's kind of like a life coach, business coach, hypnotherapist. But she really has been a huge, probably the biggest thing that has helped me become like who I am now, like business-wise, person-wise, confidence-wise. Just, she's so great.
That's
and
cool.
The talk we had about at Armature Works was that everyone has these inner, I don't want to say struggles or conflicts, but everyone has self-doubt, and everyone goes through the phase that, oh, they're not good enough, they're not organized enough, they're not smart enough, they're not X enough, whatever it is. And she's seen that no matter who it was, and she said she's seen like sports players to strippers, and they've all had the same, like, no matter how high you are up or how low you are. I'm not saying strippers are low, go everyone.
Yes.
But all different types of jobs and all different types of people, everyone has the same common beliefs about themselves, like negative and
Like internal struggles.
yes, that you have to
That's cool.
overcome. And that's what she's really helped me do.
That is so awesome.
Yep.
So what are your thoughts as far as like these negative thoughts? Like where do you think they kind of originate from? Because like we also have those thoughts sometimes as well, especially like this type of business where everything is like on us to
Yep.
survive. So like, where do you think those negative thoughts as far as not being good enough to do something come from?
So if you want to get technical about it, this is like Debbie's kind of like belief or how she helps you deal with it. So everyone, and I think this is, I'm not sure if this is scientifically proven, but so everyone starts developing these thoughts at childhood, like 2 to 3 years old. Something happens that you start developing beliefs about yourself, and it could be something so small as like you getting a 50 something on a test when you're younger, and then you start like, oh man, I'm not smart. Yeah, and
Makes sense.
they just carry over because you don't express it right or deal with it right when you're young.
Yeah.
So Debbie, this is so crazy, but so the hypnotherapy part, you go into her office, you sit in the chair, and she kind of does hypnotize you, but it's kind of like putting you in a super relaxed meditative state, and you literally go back to you being like 2 or 3 years old.
Wow.
When you figure out that belief about yourself.
Yeah. Wow.
It's so crazy.
That's cool.
It is really so freaking crazy.
So if you don't mind, this might be a little personal question, Bianca, but what was your like source of those thoughts, if you don't mind sharing?
So that chat at the Armature Works that you
Yeah.
guys came to, it really like so many people benefited from it because Debbie and I were so real. Like I was kind of nervous.
Yeah.
I went to her office and I was like, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
It was so funny. She was like, well, describe yourself. And just how I freaked out 5 minutes ago, I'm like, I'm a mixed media artist. And she's like, okay, stop. And we're not planning anything. Let's just go and wing it. And
That's cool.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
and she's
So
like,
we do with
just
most of
be-
these. Yeah.
Exactly. She's like, just be super honest. So that whole talk at Armature Works was me just being really honest and her using our sessions as like a base.
Yeah.
Because other, like she said, other people are feeling the way I felt.
Yeah.
So like not being organized, not being
Mhm.
good enough, not being productive
Yep.
enough, not
Yep.
being
Yep.
smart
Yep.
enough.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So those are all things I really did work on. Like I've been seeing her for like 4 years now. And now I kind of like, when those thoughts come to mind, I recognize them. And she, like literally she used to be like, when those thoughts come to mind, just say, fuck off.
For real.
And now I kind of do. Like
Yeah.
this whole week, like, and plus I'm always doing things, even when I'm like, oh, I'm
You're
lazy.
all over
Yeah.
the place. Yeah, that's awesome.
But I used to beat myself up like, oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, I didn't do these 20 things this week. Now I'm like, you know what? I didn't do 20 things this week, but I know probably next week or in 2 weeks I'm not going to have any time off. So just appreciate
Yes.
that, or use that time off as maybe like see some friends, or maybe, I don't know,
Just enjoy life.
chill.
Yeah, yeah.
Like everyone needs to balance and chill. And
Yeah, that's true. Oh my gosh. This is looking so cool. I'm just like I'm forgetting.
I'm so focused that I have not said anything yet, but I'm still here.
Nice.
And so I knew I was going to do this for you guys. So, and this actually kind of relates to what we're talking about, but I knew your slogan was community over competition. And I think that's so great and
Thanks.
true, like community over competition. And you should have that mindset. Like everything's not competition.
Yes.
Yes.
And when you do have that mindset, you're just going to screw yourself
Yeah,
over.
you're just limiting yourself to like
Exactly.
people that you can let into your life.
But I do see how people that aren't 100% comfortable with themselves could struggle with it.
Yes.
And even me, like yesterday, I met someone in a coffee shop and I heard him talking and he was like, yeah, like I'm part of the NoHo Flats, like, or not NoHo Flats, NoHo community neighborhood, and I just got a house there in NoHo. So I was like, oh, I want to like hear what this is about and
Yeah.
see if I could do murals in the neighborhood. And they're like, oh, we actually work with these other artists and we'll share their contacts so you could like join this artist out group.
Yeah.
And there was a small part of me, like the artist reached out and they're like, oh, we actually follow you on Instagram, and they're so nice.
Yeah.
And then I felt like a little bit of like competition, like, well, I want to freaking do all
True.
those walls.
Yeah.
And then I'm like,
Same.
pull yourself
You gotta pull
back.
yourself back.
That's true.
No, that's so
And
true. Like, even though
calm
this is
down.
like our like motto, we still struggle with that too. And like, so we have to look at it. Now we get to look at it every day, which is freaking awesome. So we have to look at it sometimes and be like, okay, this is what it really is. Like, there's plenty of work out there.
Yes.
There's
And
still more to learn. There's so many people we can still reach out to and learn from.
Yeah.
And that's what
that's
we try
the
to.
big thing. Like, you're not,
Mhm.
no one's perfect. Everyone's human.
Yeah.
And you're going to have your moments of weaknesses and
Exactly.
moments of not. But as long as you could recognize it and you know it's the right thing, and
That's true.
that's what's important.
Dang, that's awesome. Coconut fire right there.
Mhm. For real.
Dang. So how did you get into the art world? I guess I would say, because like for us, we didn't really do photography and videography. We were both biology majors, and we're just
Yeah.
relatively new to the game. Like a little bit over a year now, but just a lot of time.
Which is
on
so
YouTube and
new.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, how did you get into the art world?
And like, I've always been like painting or drawing like forever and ever since I was like 5, but never photography. Like, so that's like a whole different world. Were you always
So
like
different.
painting and drawing and
Yeah.
loving art?
I was, but doing that and taking it as a professional is so different.
How
know
did
what
you
I
make
mean?
that jump?
Yeah, like that transition, because it's like a mind shift.
I just started just going to random places and being like, hey, can I do a mural? Hey, can I do a mural? And I would do it for so cheap too. And being Chicho restaurant crew friggin' hooked me up, and
Yeah.
they really, really believed in me. They would, even when I was not that good, they would let me do murals in their restaurant. So I owe a lot of it to them. And then
That's
owe it a
cool.
lot to like Debbie, having
Yeah.
the persistent mind.
That's cool.
That's crazy. So you start off by just kind of doing like stuff really, really cheap / free, and you kind of progressed
Yeah.
as you got to practice.
Yeah.
Dang, that's cool. So
As like an artist creative, or like, that didn't make sense. I mean, that is true. But as like an artist entrepreneur, how do you balance like client work versus still being like fully creative in your own stuff?
Such a
Yeah.
struggle. I still really think it's so hard to do that. Like even
Yeah.
when I had my art show, I'm like, crap, now what do I have to do?
Right.
But I'm finally figuring it out. You just have to do
Just do.
and not be afraid and just freaking do it.
Yeah.
Like and set goals for yourself. Like this year my goal is to get in a gallery. So when I'm in a gallery, I'm gonna have to do series of work.
That's cool.
And that's one thing that I just literally like months ago just discovered. For me to create art that's not commissioned,
Yeah.
I have to set in my mind that like what's something I believe in and then make it a series. You know what
Okay.
I mean?
gotcha.
Like what you do with your art
I have
show.
a tip for you.
With this?
A painting tip. So
Oh, yeah. I'm struggling with this out.
so when I give art lessons
Yeah.
to people, I always tell them like don't kill the wall.
Yeah.
And
I will kill this
and
wall.
that means like you keep dabbing it
Over and over again.
So really just try, like, I'll do this though. So you have to really get with different angles. So this is one comfortable angle. So I'll go like this and go as much as I can without like really distorting my body.
Wow.
That's like a perfect O right there.
But then look,
For everyone
so,
who's listening, I know you
Yeah.
can't see this, but it looks beautiful.
so then I stop and then I'll switch the angle of the brush and I just really focus on like the right side of the brush.
Yeah.
Like just hitting the pencil. So I just did that in 2 strokes, basically.
Wow.
And then I'll go in.
I've been working on this out for 5 minutes.
But it's harder to like make your line when
Yeah.
you're like, doing it.
Yeah.
So I think actually Sebastian Coolidge, do you know him?
I follow him on Instagram.
He's so cool. He taught me this. I think, you know.
That's
For some
so
reason
cool.
he popped into mine.
Oh my gosh.
So there you go.
All right.
Sebastian Coolidge. Dang.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So,
So remember, it's just like all about how you're like lining the brush up
Yeah.
to help you.
All right.
dang. That's outside. It's cool. So, so are you from the Tampa area, or?
I'm from New York.
Okay, so you're from New York. So,
Yep.
and then when did you make the transition from New York to Tampa?
So I went to University of Tampa
Okay.
and I took all painting classes.
Nice.
Yep. But I transferred my second semester sophomore year, so I went to community college in Westchester. Got all the core, like, stupid math, science classes over with.
Yep.
All the ones that you gotta take.
The stupid classes.
Yep.
Stupid classes.
So as soon as I came to Tampa, I was literally strictly arts.
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
and all my art classes were so cool. Like they would teach you something,
Mhm.
show you a PowerPoint of like the hit artists in the scene right now. You'd literally put your headphones on, paint. The teacher would come over, like
That's so
give you
nice.
some advice.
Oh my gosh,
It was
that's
fun.
so beautiful. I took one art class. I took drawing 1 in college. It was like the best thing I've ever taken in my entire life. It was a 3-hour class. It was at like 7:30 in the morning, and
Yeah, those classes are long.
it was beautiful. He literally would show. It was all charcoal. So like it was massive like pieces of paper and just like it was a mess, but
That's
it was so
fun.
much fun.
And how you would like erase to make white space.
Yes, and like he literally would teach us for like 15-20 minutes and the rest of it was just us like
Get in the zone.
Yeah.
Some classes you weren't allowed to put headphones on, so like the first person in class would be able to control the music or like put their
Okay, so
probably
you were, like, wanting to get there
iPods
early.
in at that point.
Dang, that is crazy. Okay, cool. So you went to school there, and that's kind of how you did
Came
all
to
that
Tampa.
stuff. Oh, very cool. So so yeah, I'm just trying to think of some other. I'm like mesmerized. I'm like, wow.
I'm like really focused.
So cool. Dang. So Bianca, you are our second or third third female guest. So that's dope.
Mm.
We
so-
didn't even realize like our first
Yeah, we
6
kind of like really.
or 7 didn't 8. I think our first 8 podcasts were only men, and I was like, what is going
No,
on?
I was like that because I was editing.
I didn't even
Marissa.
realize it.
Marissa was
I'm like, what is going on? We get some women up in here. So now we have 3 women back to back. We had DJ Donut yesterday, and then Betty's gonna come out, and then yours gonna
Marissa's
come
gonna
out.
on Tuesdays. That's gonna be cool.
Cool.
So I don't know. For me, I'm just gonna plug in Marissa stuff here because she's like super talented, even though she doesn't really think
So
sometimes.
Oh my gosh,
talented.
no, please stop.
Could you zoom
Like-
in on that shirt that I want
Yes.
to buy?
Okay. So this is a shirt that Marissa made right here. Boom. Love you, Mas. A long time ago, actually, back in 2016,
15.
15. Okay. So yeah, so she did that. She did that hat.
She did this logo that
yeah.
we're painting.
Yeah. So, what's some advice that you would give to women out there that love art but are too nervous? I guess you would say to like put their art out there, because that's kind of like one thing that I see from Marissa, even though like, right?
Yeah, I guess,
right?
yeah.
So yeah, what's some advice that you would give to that?
Just do it. I mean, if you don't put it out there, you're only holding yourself back. And that's
You're
kinda
right.
with everything. Like, who cares? I just did a mural at a playground bouncy castle place.
Oh my gosh, I saw that on your Instagram.
And it's so like clip arty. It's for a child's birthday thing. So like I was like, I don't know if I want to post this because I
Yeah.
literally could imagine all my artist friends in New York being like,
Like,
solo,
crazy.
blah blah blah. And I was like, you know what? I don't care.
Yeah, for real.
That's true. You just gotta do
So
it.
yeah,
Just do it.
yeah.
And you're doing it for you. You're not, and doing it for your own brand. And watch some business owner is gonna be like, oh my god, I
That's
saw
so
what you
cool.
did at the playground space. I love it.
True.
That's so funny.
Because it's happened before. Like there's pieces that I'm so embarrassed of and hate, and then someone will go out of their way to come up to me and be like,
Like, wow, I love this so
"Love
much.
that."
Yeah,
So
that's cool.
That's cool.
That's cool. Dang. So there was this one book that you talked about. I think it was called
the right brain
The-
business plan.
the one where you
No.
like write
Oh, The Artist's Way.
the artist way.
Was that you that
The
were
right.
talking about
I
that?
don't know. I don't think so. Is it the right brain business plan?
Maybe,
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe. Are you talking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So can you talk a little bit more about that book? Because like what we found is like books actually do teach you stuff sometimes, especially the ones that you actually want to read.
So
Yeah.
this kind of ties into that question that you just asked me. So I try
Happy with that.
to treat everything I do as a business.
Yeah.
And like even what you do, if those shirts are so badass, those hats are so badass. If you
Thanks.
put up a Spotify site and did your marketing skills and sold them, like it will sell. And the right brain business plan kind of puts a business plan into perspective for artists.
That's cool.
Because if I sit on Google and look at a business plan, my stomach turns. I'm like, oh. But the
Yeah.
artist one, the right brain business plan.
The right brain business. So that's what
Like,
it's called, the
yeah.
right brain business plan.
Yep.
They might check
And
that out.
Yeah, we get
that
it.
helps like creative people.
That's cool. Yeah, because like sometimes it is kind of dull and boring when you just look at just strategic.
And that's just not how you
logical business
think.
Stuff.
Like,
Exactly.
Yeah, you gotta find stuff that matches the way you think. Cool.
that's cool.
I never really had to like take lead of the whole podcast, so.
My bad. Okay, let me ask a question too. Sorry. My bad. I'm so focused right now. Okay, let me think about a question. Do you think you'll stay in Tampa?
Yes,
Ooh.
I love it
Yeah?
so much. I mean, you never know, obviously, where life
Yeah.
is going to take you. But I don't want to go back to New York and freeze my ass off.
No?
So
That weather's always. Is it really that bad?
I mean,
always
it gets
see, like, Every
cold.
time, always, whenever someone's never gonna go to New York, it's because of the weather. Is it really that bad?
I just don't.
It's just snow.
I know it's really not that bad, but it's not that bad because I get to go there for Christmas, go there for
Yes.
the summer,
you
so I get to
fun
live like
times.
the snowbird life,
Yeah.
basically. So I give that up if I don't have to.
True.
Nice. That's cool. So where do you see yourself going as far as just your own personal growth? Because you're just a really dope person. Like literally, who else would have just came in to our house and like made a freaking mural during a podcast
Right.
session? Like that's dope. All right, just follow BBArt. It's right here.
Yeah.
But-
It's BBArt.
yeah, it's right here.
Oh, true.
Yeah. But so where do you kind of see yourself going as far as?
Yeah, like, what's your goal?
Yeah.
Like, because all of this is really recent, right? All of this, like, mass success.
I get kind of, but not really. So right now in my life, like these past couple of weeks, I feel like I just came to the place that I reached all my goals, like my vision board goals.
Yeah.
So I've been feeling a little unmotivated lately, but it's because, and I just realized this like when I had breakfast with my friend AJ 2 days ago, and she was like, "You freaking reached all your goals that you set." So now I kind of have to like restructure.
True.
I'm still in the process of
Here's some more
restructuring.
water, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
This is Bianca's cups if you ever want to buy some.
Yes.
Little plug. Also the shirts.
Biggie Buddha.
So I want to grow the Promise Tree,
Okay.
the collaboration with the Children's Cancer Center,
Yes.
and I want to be repped by an art gallery.
Gotcha.
So just constantly be making series of work that they sell.
Mhm.
And then, which my friend Kayla inspired me to do, just being with her. That's really what she does, and she is in the most badass of badass art galleries.
That's cool.
We went to college together, and that's what she's been really focusing on. And I never did, and I always was like, no, I don't want to be in galleries. Like, I don't want to take that route. But really, it's because I thought I wasn't good enough, and I still doubt my work for art galleries just
Oh my
because
gosh, why?
when you see I don't know, when I see things in art galleries, I'm like, damn, that's so refined. And I feel like since I have like a street art look, it's not refined enough, but I have to freaking just do it.
You have to just do it. Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, I feel like it's always like a constant process. Just
Getting out of your own head.
The battle between your
Yeah.
thoughts.
Yeah.
It's always going to be
For sure. I think that's definitely,
That's true.
that's something we definitely face like every day. We're like, okay, since we are so new at this too, we're like, this is insane.
But I think you guys are finding so much success because you're doing it. You know what I mean? You're not just like sitting down like, oh, like, I want to do this, but I'm not. Like, you're freaking doing it. Like, doing something. Something's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like,
That's true.
if you throw something in the raw water, the water is going to move. If you never throw it in the water, nothing.
Yeah. Dang.
That's true.
Just made that up in my head.
Look at that. Coconut fires.
Yeah. Dang, that's true. Okay. Dang. I was just going with
I know, it was awesome. Let's talk more about the Promise Tree.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, what is the Promise Tree? Brief synopsis. I know we know about it, but
So the Promise Tree is a collaboration I started with the Children's Cancer Center. So I launched it there, but I met this little girl, Sophia. She was 9 years old through Make-A-Wish. She had leukemia, and she loves art. So my friend, who actually met her through Make-A-Wish, was like, hey, could you come teach this little girl art lessons? So I started teaching her art lessons. Like the first week we did her dog. The second week we did this woman. I know I like say the story the same way every time. So, and then the third week she showed me this little package that she wanted to make called No Hair, Who Cares? And her mom was a graphic designer, so they made this little silhouette of branches coming out of a kid's head, which is now the Promise Tree's logo, like a little more sophisticated version of what Sophia wanted to do. So she wanted to turn that logo into a package called No Hair, Who Cares? And when the leaves fell down, it was like her hair falling off, and when the leaves grew back, it was like her getting better. So the third art lesson I did with her is like cut out that logo, cut out leaves, and we kind of like pasted them on the canvas, and that was the art lesson. And I called them promise leaves. So the promise tree, I don't know where to look, derived from that. So it took a while to start launching it because hospitals are really weird who could go in there and start working with kids. But then
Makes sense.
found, exactly. Then I found the Children's Cancer Center who saw it, loved it, was all about it. And they're supplying me the kids, supplying me the art room, gave me money, gave me donations. They're so amazing. And so the Promise Tree, I've done like 6 sessions so far, and it's going like better than I could imagine.
Wow.
So it's a mix between art and everything I was just talking about with Debbie. And so I was kind of afraid, like kids, I don't know if kids would understand that.
Right.
But kids are so more open to adults.
I think so too. Yeah.
So much more open. So I don't think I told you this because it's new. So Levi, he's 13 and he has cancer. So all the kids I'm dealing with now are currently battling cancer. So for the promises, they're broken up into 3 categories that they could write and paste onto their tree. They're categories of promises they can make to themselves, promises they can make to others, and promises others can make to them.
That's so cute.
And he came in and he loves music and he's like, can we play some oldies, like some Billy Joel? So instead of making promises, we did them based off music lyrics. So like his mom wrote music lyrics to him. He wrote music lyrics that would inspire others.
That's cool.
And the words, so after he like fills out the leaves, I make him hold each leaf. I'm like, what were you thinking when you wrote this? And he was like, oh, well, like he wrote one Eminem lyric. And he's like, Eminem wrote this lyric like right before he was about to win this like battle competition. And he was feeling strong and blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, close your eyes. Like feel that feeling of strength. And basically whatever he said. So he would close his eyes and like, where do you feel it from your stomach to your head? And that's what Debbie does with your negative feelings.
Right.
So when you're like, oh, I feel stupid, I feel this, Debbie will be like, close your eyes, where do you feel it from here to here? And according to where you feel it is like with the anger, like sadness is in your stomach, anger is in your stomach. Then it moves up. I don't really know exactly. It kind of depends on the scenario.
Cool. Yeah.
So with Levi, the kid, he was like strong, and I kind of feel what he's feeling. Debbie feels what I'm feeling. So I think when you're doing this exercise, it's kind of intuitive. So he's like, I feel it in my heart. And I'm like, is it an open feeling or like a closed? He's like, kind of like scattering throughout my arms. So it's really like encouraging.
That's really cool.
These feelings of like strength. Like he's like picturing himself as these strong feelings that the art is making him feel.
Wow.
So that's why it ties into like power of the mind. Because if you could like feel it, think it.
Then you can do it.
Yeah.
Exactly. And art's helping him get there. That is so cool. So. That's why I think this could be really great for so many kids, but I'm happy that I'm launching it with kids with cancer because I think they need it the most.
Wow.
That's really cool.
Yeah, Bianca, just keep on doing you, man.
Yes.
You're literally out here making a positive impact in people's lives, and like that's literally that should be the ultimate goal for everybody. Like no matter what you do, you should that should be your ultimate goal to just impact people's lives positively.
For real.
So, totally agree.
Man, that's cool. Well, we gotta do a quick little pause because these cameras only run for 30 minutes.
Yes.
But we'll be back after these commercial breaks.
Oh, we'll get back to the podcast in a second. Quick intro. I'm Chris from Lucky Cat Visuals, and I'm helping out Dos Cocos Locos editing some of their podcasts and any other projects they need me to do. Yeah, I'm just letting you guys know I exist. I sometimes edit, I do a lot of photography, videography, and if you see me around, say hi. I'm not gonna bite hard. Maybe. Yeah, I'm just doing the podcast literally right now. If I do a good enough job, you won't even know I'm there except for right now where I'm right in front of you. So we'll just get back to the podcast right now.
All right, so we're back. So first of all, let's just take a minute to appreciate what's like happening. Right
I know,
now.
for real. I've gotten
That's coming in really nicely.
3.5 letters done. Just killing it over here.
Yeah. Dang, the coconut and everything. Oh,
Yes.
that is crazy.
This is gonna be so dope. I'm so excited.
So, any other questions that you have? I'm trying to think of some stuff.
Wait, pause. Where do you see this growing, the Promise Tree? Because like I feel like this could help so many people, like across like
Same.
the world.
So my dream with this, which I'm still trying to figure out,
Yeah.
is to be in all different cancer centers. I mean, there's cancer centers everywhere.
Yeah.
Schools. I've done it in
Yes.
school already, 30 kids at once, and all
Wow.
the kids.
How did that go?
Crazy, but it went really well. Like these kids had really bad. I don't even know what to explain it as, like learning disabilities. Like
Okay.
would just throw themselves on the floor in the middle of class.
Wow.
And they were all so good. They're all like sat down, were focused. All the kids love spray painting. Spray painting's a big
It's
thing.
always,
So I
yeah.
put the mask on, and it's a special.
And they look so cool. When
Spray
they
paint.
have them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Dang.
I think it looks cool.
Yeah.
They feel cool. I'm
Yeah.
like, guys, only really professional artists could wear this, and they're like, okay.
That's
Like
good.
log
Right.
off, wait for me to call them.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you're out here making these
That's
kids
so
feel
cool.
and
Yeah.
I really, really feel it. So.
But like everything, I need this to start like being a badass business. So I'm
Yeah.
working with a copywriter, a website designer,
Wow, nice.
thinking how to get this to more people. I need to make it like more of a presentation. So that's what I'm working on now, because how's it really
That's
going
cool.
to grow if I'm just
Like kind of holding it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, pushing it out there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Ooh, so I do need photographers.
Listen.
I'm
Got
saying
you.
you guys. I'm saying anyone
Yeah.
else who wants
Hey,
to help.
okay.
So getting content is really important right now.
Yeah. So you can push it to everybody.
Exactly. And for the website, I need a video. So
Yes, we
Yes,
got you.
We got you, and we all know peeps that also got you too. 'Cause
Mhm. That would be great.
Yeah.
that would be really
We'll send
great.
a whole army to you.
Yeah,
That
for
would be
real.
All
awesome.
cameras.
Because I do it a lot with a lot of different people, and I do have friends who have been helping me, but I feel guilty, like, oh, could you come help me? Could you come help me? Because everyone
Gotcha.
has lives.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think it would be better if I had like a
branch out
Rolodex of
forward,
people.
Yeah.
It's not someone's such a big commitment of time.
Right.
Gotcha. I just like that word, Rolodex. We were actually gonna buy one.
Oh my gosh.
Did you watch
We
the
were-
Office at all?
I don't.
Oh,
I
okay, it's
don't.
okay. Anyway, there's
It's
the
right.
one.
Yeah, you're like,
you
get-
should have watched the Office. It's a big waste of time, but it's so funny.
Oh my gosh, we
There's
went
a-
through the whole thing like probably 3 or 4 times already. It's a lot of episodes and so many
Yeah.
seasons, but
Yeah.
oh. But anyway, Michael Scott has a Rolodex that he has like everyone he's ever met in,
Yeah.
Ooh.
and they're so specific. So like on the back of like a business card that he'll have, he'll say like Mike has a wife named Jan and 2 kids, Bobby and John.
And,
In
soccer.
Rolodex?
and Mike's,
Yeah.
and Mike's pepperoni pizza.
Yeah, like just like random things
Should
that
do
don't make any
Yeah.
sense,
on the podcast.
right?
That's so funny. But yeah.
But we
I'm
almost
sorry.
bought a Rolodex.
Yeah.
That's where that came from. Yeah, we were at the thrift store and they
Yeah.
had one. It was
It's
massive.
so cool though, but it
We
just
should've
took up
just
so
bu-
much space.
I knew it would've been
But
like-
It would have been dope because then we would have brought it out. But look.
And we have so many business cards that we've gathered
Yeah.
so
I'm
far.
surprised you guys passed that offer up.
I know. It was only like $5 too. We should have just did it.
Messed up.
Maybe
Next
it's still
time.
there.
Next time. But dang, that's wild.
That's
All right,
cool.
so if you're a photographer, or videographer, hit up Bianca because
Yeah.
this is dope, and you definitely want to be part of it.
Yes.
Yes, be part of the movement, guys. Dang.
So do you have any like big projects coming up? I know you're always working on a big project because they're massive and they're murals.
Big projects, yeah. Hopefully, I'll be doing something in Brooklyn.
Ooh,
What else is really cool?
literally everything
Ooh,
that
I'm
you do.
doing something at the Rooster and the Till.
Ooh, what's
It's
that?
in Seminole Heights.
Oh, okay.
They own Rooster and the Till, Nebraska Mini Mart.
Oh, okay, I've heard
probably
that.
other things that I can't think of right now. And they're just so talented and skilled and professional that I'm excited to do something with them.
That's exciting.
That's dope.
Are you planning any more like personal shows?
No, not right now. Yeah, not right now. I want to like get my art studio set up, and then I will.
Gotcha.
For sure.
So can you go into a little bit more of like the behind the scenes of the It's BBArt life? Because for us, we like sharing our struggles, because we're not trying to say at all like this lifestyle is easy, because it's not super hard.
Even though it's something that we like
even
doing.
though we enjoy it, there are nights like we stay up until like 1 a.m. in the morning, 2 in the morning working on stuff, just to wake up early again the next day to do a shoot or something like that.
Yeah.
So what are some of the behind the scenes sneak peeks that you wish some people knew as far as your lifestyle goes?
For me, I think it's just my biggest struggle. That's not really a struggle. It's just something that I work on every day to perfect, is balance. And like balance of working out, balance of eating healthy, balance of getting new jobs, balance of being a partner, because I'm invested in a lot of different concepts. So as a partner, I'm expected to do certain duties, and when I get 5 emails from them and 5 emails from new people, and then other things, it's just, and I feel like everything comes down to being a good person and doing the right thing.
True.
Doing the right thing. I know that these people are counting on me for my art skills, so freaking answer their email and do it. And I'm usually bad at that sometimes, and not holding that over your head, like not like, oh, I'm bad with that, and dig yourself down a hole of you being bad.
Just move on.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
True.
Yeah.
We're trying to get better with our emails. Too, sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, everyone.
Just waiting for an email.
Like, I've texted my phone that I still haven't answered, that I'm like thinking about right now.
I don't want to open it right now.
Yeah. DMs on Instagram.
Yeah,
We're getting back to you, I promise.
Yeah.
No, yeah, because it is a lot though. Because and we're in the same boat too. That I just feel like it's just part of the process. Like just trying to figure out that balance is a part of the process too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dang. So, yeah. All right, Marissa. Any other questions? I think we got one more after this.
Wait. I'm
Anything that
really
you would like to say,
on
Bianca,
the slide.
while Marissa's thinking of some stuff?
Yeah.
I can't focus when I'm trying to show you lines.
Not really. I mean, I feel like I hit on everything.
Yes.
Like the community over competition is important. Don't be an a-hole. Like,
Yeah, I saw
did you see that?
Yes.
Yeah, she's working on painting. It's super dope.
Yeah. So there's this big poster / painting everyone has in their office now. Work hard and be nice to people. So
That's
Joe
cool.
just got a new office, so I'm doing a painting for him, and yeah, it's work hard and don't be an a-hole.
That's so
Like,
cool.
very more specific. It's true.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
Just don't do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Miss me with that negative energy.
Yeah.
Dang. How do you create your projects? I want to know that, because I remember talking to your
True.
assistant,
Tommy.
Yeah,
Tommy. You're like, is it Tommy?
And he's like learning so much from you, and he's like, yeah, just like the way she creates her canvases and stuff is so smart, because like it saves money, and like you're able to like really just go as crazy as you want with it. So what are some like of those type of techniques that you do?
I mean, so I design a lot of my murals on the computer first, and then I really sit down and think what's the easiest, fastest way to get this done. And like I was telling you guys before, if I was doing this mural somewhere else, I would have a vinyl stencil made. So all I would have to do is I get a cut from my sign company, put it on the wall, spray it, done. Instead of doing this, coming, taking an hour to project it, doing this, and it comes out clean. So I've just learned over the years just little techniques like that I'm sure Tommy's talking about.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Nice. So it's all about
Being prepared.
Yeah, being prepared and speed.
Yeah, time is money.
Yeah, that's true.
That is true.
Yeah.
That's something we're working on too.
Yeah, we're trying to pick up our speed too, because like We're pretty fast, but we could be faster.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's all something that comes naturally. Like as you get busier, and you need to learn how to do this, and as you get busier, you get angry at yourself. Like, fuck, I just spent 3 hours
Yes.
doing this community competition thing.
Yes.
3 hours, and then you like sit back and you're like, oh well, I only got paid $120 for this. And you're like,
Exactly.
well,
And then you're
how do I
like,
do this
this is not
It took me an
right.
hour
Yeah.
To drive all the way over here an hour back. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
So
That's true. And that's something we're starting to realize now. We're like, okay, either we need to just up our pricing or figure out how to make everything
Pricing's
more
huge.
condensed.
That's what Debbie and I talked about a lot at that speech. Like working yourself up to a price that you're happy with. And a lot of people don't do that because they don't think they're worth, or they're afraid
Yeah.
to say what you think you're worth.
Exactly. And that's something also that since we're so new at this, that like we're like, can we charge this much money?
But that's when
For
you know
this?
if you're confident and that you're reliable, when you're
Mm.
confident and you're doing the right thing.
Mhm.
You're like, you know what?
Yeah.
Take it or leave it, because
This is what it is.
Yeah.
This is what it is. Yes.
Yeah.
That's true. You're right.
You're right.
We gotta get coffee with Debbie.
Seriously, everyone needs coffee with Debbie.
Yeah.
The amount of times I say Debbie a day.
Yeah, for real. That'd be good.
Yeah.
That's cool.
All right.
I love you, Debbie.
Right?
Shout out to Debbie.
Yeah.
We see you. Nice.
Debbie's gonna be like, how do I share this on my Instagram? She has like a Scottish accent.
I know.
So
Her accent is just like,
so cute.
I feel like that makes it. That just makes it that
But
much
But I don't even know how
better.
to mimic a Scottish accent.
That's so
I love it. I love it. All right, so Bianca, we always end this question, we always end this podcast with this question. You kind of already touched a little bit on it, but if you want to add a little bit more, you can. But what is something that you're currently struggling with right now? It could be anything. What is something that someone out there in the universe could do for you to kind of help you out? And it could be anything.
If I could pick anything that would save me,
Yeah.
if I had, so Joe has this business partner, Kevin, who is like a financial wizard
Mm.
and like
Everyone needs that.
thinks about insurance, thinks about
Yes.
like shit that
All the
you
important
have to
things.
worry about. All the important
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
If that came into my life for the promise tree and was like, okay, you handle the creative, I'm gonna help you set up this as a charity,
That'd be cool.
help you set up this board,
Yeah.
I don't know, like help me friggin' turn the promise tree into what it's gonna eventually be.
Yeah.
And I know it's gonna eventually be it
Mhm.
because I'm gonna find people.
Yeah.
But if that person just walked into my life and was like, hey, I love this, I wanna help you,
Dope.
/ be partner, I'd be happy
Yeah.
to split it 50-50 with him. So
Yeah.
that would be my dream. I'm sure.
Gotcha. All right.
That'd
So
be
if you're
cool.
a financial / analytical person,
Just
Yes.
good
total
business partner.
boss, yeah.
Yes.
Good business partner,
That loves this idea, because how could you not?
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely reach out, or if you know someone, send them Bianca's way. 'Cause
Yes.
that would be dope, and you'll be literally helping so many lives. So
Really.
For real.
So yeah, do that because that'd be cool. Yeah. Dang, that was awesome. I like
That's so
that.
cool.
It's very specific. Some people
Yeah.
are like very generic. That was super specific, and I feel like the more specific, the better.
Yeah, because then you're like, okay,
Actually,
there
really
is
does
one
that.
person out there that
Yeah.
could do that.
It's cool. Nice. All right.
That's pretty cool.
You want to end the podcast for a second?
Okay, yeah. That was it. Thank you so much again for coming on and doing this. Like, this is great. This is awesome. This looks so cool. I've done a little bit of it. Dude, this looks so good. This is awesome. We're so excited. It's going to be on every single other podcast that we
Yeah.
do. So, like, we're definitely going to have you tag somewhere for
Yes.
real.
Okay, wherever you
Put
guys
you
want me to.
Oh, I'm so
Yeah,
excited.
it's crazy.
Thank you.
And
Yes.
Marissa literally said, "How dope!" Like this was before we even met you. in
Yeah.
real life. Like how dope would it be if we got if she got a chance to paint with you, and I'm just over here sitting. I'm like really happy. I'm like, look, it's actually happening.
I know, that's so true. We only
Yeah.
did it before we even met you.
Yeah.
Aw, cute.
So like, look at that. That's crazy.
That's cool.
So just speak what you want into existence, guys, and it really does happen.
It really does
It's
happen.
weird. It's really
So
weird.
many times it's happened to us where we're like, that'd be cool if we met this person. Like Jake Kurtz,
Yeah.
shout out.
Like,
Wait, I think I met him.
You probably did. He's had a lot.
Yeah, I think he mentioned that before. You guys were out with your pups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
He's
yeah,
a cool dude. We're really fortunate to have him in our lives as well.
for real.
We're partners with him, and he's a cool
Cool.
guy.
Hmm.
Cool
Yeah,
guy.
good.
Nice.
For real.
All right, guys. So that's gonna be the end of this podcast. Thank you
Yes.
so much for watching.
Or listening.
And another huge shout out to BBArt for being dope. And yeah, so if you enjoyed the podcast, make sure to like, share, subscribe, do all that
Rate.
podcast stuff.
I think you can rate it too, right?
Yeah, rate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're on YouTube, like it, comment your favorite part in the comments below because we watch that stuff. And if
Yes.
you watch it to the end, let us know because like you guys are the real MVPs.
Right?
Because like that's just dope. You guys take time out of your day to like actually listen to like our conversations.
Yeah.
That'd be dope. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you
In the next one.
Peace.
Before we end this podcast, I just want to give a huge shout out to EV47. He's the one that made the beat for the beginning and end of this podcast. So you should definitely check him out because he's dope. And yeah, peace.
Yes.